Krishna, guys. We have a very good devotee today with us. His name is Shyamsunder Prabhu. We are right now in Adelaide Ganesh Temple, and I'm very blessed to get some thoughts from Shyamsunder Prabhu about his Krishna Conscious Journey. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. We picked a good room because there's pictures of Krishna everywhere, which is, we didn't intend that was just spontaneous. So Hare Krishna, pleasure to meet all of you, and yeah, I've been hearing amazing things about what Nikil Prabhu has been doing online with Golok Express. He's asked me to say a few words of encouragement, if that's possible, so I can try and share a few things with you. I guess I can begin by saying that, stereotypically in the West, you grow up, as they say, with a silver spoon in your mouth. It's not always the case with everybody, but at least compared to, a country like India, it can seem that way. So I was blessed to grow up with good parents, and we were, pretty comfortable. Always had enough of everything. I went to private school. And I've kind of had a taste of what the world has to offer, and so it's the usual story. You try to enjoy life in the material world, but there's always something missing, something, the soul, your inner being, it's not satisfied. So there's a principle in the Vedas. It's known as Jishnash. It's a moment in time when the soul asks the question, usually due to frustration, what is life all about? What's the purpose of my existence? Is there a God? Why am I so unhappy? If I'm a pleasure-seeking being, I just want to be happy, and why is so much misery forced upon me? So by the Lord's arrangement, this happens to all of us. And it happened to me around, I'd say, around the end of 1997, I think it was. And I started asking these questions, and fortunately came across Srila Prabhupada's books. I've been reading a lot. I grew up in a semi-Christian surrounding, went to a Christian school, so I was familiar with Christianity. I'd had some exposure to Islam, not a lot, Taoism, some of the Eastern philosophies, and I saw value in all of these parts. But when I came across Srila Prabhupada's teachings, the Vedic teachings and the Bhagavad Gita especially, I recognized something that I hadn't found anywhere else. And questions were being answered that nobody else could seem to answer. And Srila Prabhupada actually mentions in the preface, if I remember correctly, perhaps the introduction, I think it's either the preface or the introduction, he mentions that the standard of the Bhagavad Gita is that you find everything contained in all the other scriptures of the world and the other teachings of the world, plus things that are not contained anywhere else. So that was really how it all began for me. Reading Srila Prabhupada's books, and that was his plan. That's why he gave so much stress to book distribution, because book distribution philosophically convinces us why we should take to Krishna consciousness. And so yeah, that's all. That's how it began for me. The books. Then, when the time was right, went to a temple. Actually, it wasn't even a temple. It was a little center, a preaching center. And gradually, I got exposed to prasadam. I got exposed to chanting mantras. And yeah, I mean, I've heard it said that, and I never would have believed this in the beginning, but if you just followed the simple instructions in Srila Prabhupada's books, all perfection lies there. And I think the highest perfection anybody could experience is complete happiness and satisfaction. And I certainly am experiencing that from following Srila Prabhupada's instructions. And he also mentioned, funnily enough, we've got so many amazing literatures, so many amazing books, and you can spend your whole life reading these books. Or, if you just sincerely take to the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
All perfection is there, even if you don't understand what's going on. And this for me was a very difficult concept to grasp. Even when I first read the books, I was so impressed with the philosophy. But when it came down to this Maha Mantra chanting, I just thought, is that it? Is it that simple? And so it took time for me to really embrace the process. But now it's pretty much taken over my life in a good way. So yeah, like Srila Prabhupada said, the books are there. They're also essential. But even if nothing else, with all your heart and soul, commit to this process of chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
And all perfection is there. So I'm sure I'll be hearing about you more in the future, and hopefully I'll get to speak with you again. Prabhu just asked me to say something spontaneously, so yeah, we're keeping it pretty simple, but the books are the basis, and as far as possible, and as much as possible, chant Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.